Welcome, welcome. Paco is busy doing grown-up stuff. She will join us later. But as consolation for Paco not being here, I figured I would give us all a chance to be on overtime by watching some Cops. So there you go. I gave everybody a little bit of income here. Let's see. Yes, 2K videos. 2K videos. I got a surprise for you. And you're here early. You actually won't hate the first thing. You won't hate the first thing. So, let's see. Let's get this out of the way first. Alright. Okay, so you can watch us here. You can watch us on MagnumPotPies. You can see us on Rumble and Spotify at MagnumPotPie. I've got a Teespring at MagnumPotPie, which actually has some pretty neat stuff on it. Let's see. And for $10, I will call you a dog fucker at patreon.com/MagnumPotPie. Just like these dog fuckers. Rhoda, BNC Baloney, Shane, Deleted Archives, Chicken on a Chain, Jillian, and Penetration. You are all dog fuckers. Okay. Well, this is actually kind of hard to do without Paco. So what I got for Kay here, I decided we would do where Kay started and where she is now. This is Kay's very first video. You will see the other side of Kay's kitchen here. And when she started out, she actually was making things that she knew how to make, so it wasn't quite as ridiculous as it is later on. So this is where Kay started from.
Just thought I'd show you how to make cheap cake buns. First of all, you start with cheap sugar, cheap flour, cheap marge, and just normal eggs.
And you can tell this is old because she was finding cheap sugar, cheap flour, and cheap margarine. Paco is doing grown-up things right now, and she will join us when she is no longer under obligation. So unfortunately, you're stuck with me for the moment. But this is old Kay. This is Kay's very first video. Look how young and spry Kay was. Look just how. Look what YouTube has done to Kay. This look how young and bright and just hopeful Kay is.
It's up to you how much you want to make, whether you want to make.
That is the side of the Kay's kitchen though that you never see. There's her microwave right there behind her and her orange bowl. That's what the rest of Kay's kitchen looks like.
Loads or less, whichever your mixture is your own choice. Well, I've just found I haven't really got enough sugar, so I'm not actually going to make a pound of everything. I'm going to make just under a pound. Right, I put all the ingredients in now.
It's just like today, Kay didn't show us what she did. She said she's making under a pound, but she didn't show us what anything is. Just, here it is.
As you can probably not see, I'm going to mix it now, but I'm going to turn the camera off because the mixer is very loud. I'll just let you listen to it a bit. This is on small speed. That's now up, but listen to it when it's on big speed. Far too loud. Right, I've mixed it all now, put the mixer away, and now I'm just putting them in.
Look at that fox right there. That is young Kay. This video is 10 years old. That is young Kay when she was in her prime.
Into bun cases. See how they're going to turn out. Hope they turn out quite good. Right, I put the mixture in the bun cases. I'm going to put them in the oven now for 20 minutes on 180. Just thought I'd let you know. And so we're going to see how they turn out. The beep buzzer's just gone off, and oh my word. Ooh. And that's the end result of some of the buns. And these are the last ones to come out of the oven.
I would never try to steal front to back's lady. I would never try, because Paco would hit me.
Not much to do this time. And that's what's left. These are the buns that I made. Obviously there's not as many as I normally do, because like I said, I didn't have that much sugar, but that's a few of them. Well, that's my cooking done for today. If you want to leave a comment, please do feel free. and give it a thumbs up. And if you want, subscribe to me. Everything's welcome. Thank you.
So that's how it started. That's how it started. Kay actually, she made that right. They looked fine. I mean, she didn't tell us her procedure for it. Like, I don't know how much of anything other than there wasn't quite a pound of sugar. So, but that looked fine. That looked fine. So now this is Kay today. Let's see how far along she's come.
Well, and I'm back cooking again. And today I'm going to be doing mushrooms with egg and cheese. Well, cheese in some of them. Right, so here are I've got big mushrooms. Hold on, I've got to take the middle out first. So what have we got here? We've got a fork. Let me go and get a knife.
Has anybody ever made mushy rooms with egg and cheese to tell me if Kay's doing this right? I feel like she's not doing this right.
Right, I've got the mushy rooms here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the middle bit out. Here we are. They're not cutting out very well. Right, that's the middle bit out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them. Oh, they don't fit. Oh, they don't fit.
It doesn't fit, Kay.
And I'm going to cut the middle out of another one.
Now, I have to say, I could be completely wrong on this because I've never cooked a raw mushy room in a muffin tin in my life. But aren't you supposed to scrape those like gill things out? Somebody told me you're supposed to scrape those gill things out. Anybody that has made mushy rooms with egg and cheese, please let me know if you have to scrape those gill things out.
They'll pull out. Will they pull out? I took off the inside with it. And then I'm going to put another one.
Well, Derek, they are mushy rooms. I mean, come on. They're supposed to turn to mush. They're mushy rooms.
There. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 6 of them.
Okay, Boom Shicky says you're supposed to leave those gill things in. Okay. Yes, because someone told me they're bitter and like you're just supposed to scrape them out, but I don't know. I've never done this before. But you all seem to be... If Pickle says that you leave them there, I believe Pickle. She's probably made these 100 times.
Yeah, 6 of them. Oh, get in. Put oven on first. You know, my fingers are all getting black. We're all inside. So, how many's in there? How many's left? Oh, right, that's it. So,
Boom Shicky, you eat these like candy? So you could hang out with Kay then, because Kay loves mushy rooms.
I'm not doing 6. I'm going to do 5. Take all the middle out of them.
Is this another church mouse thing? Are we going to have like a new church divide between the Gill lovers and the Gill haters? Like, is this going to be a thing?
That's it. Oh, hold on, that one ain't come out properly. There, that's all out. Look at me black fingers. Look at this. Every old stuff right. You know what I mean?
Well, Boom, you could eat these like donuts. They kind of look like big ugly donuts. You could dip them in your coffee.
Hold on a minute. Let me throw these in here, throw them away. Because we don't need them, so they can be thrown away. Right, and what I'm going to do in this bowl, oh, I can't lift it. I'm going to push them aside. And what I'm going to do is these 2 eggs, I'm going to crack them. That's one. And here we are. Come here, Mr. Eggy. And that's two. Right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some salty.
Yes, that is what will make this good, is some salty and some peppier. That is what this dish needs.
Pepper and oh, a bit too much parsley in there.
Derek, when you've made this, did you put that much parsley in, or is she using the right amount?
Not to worry. Are we still recording? Yes, we are. So I'm going to mix that. Can't really see much of the parsley. So I'm going to mix this, keep mixing this. Mix, 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 mix. And I'm going to get a spoon and I'm going to team it into them mushrooms that I've just took the middle out.
She does that on purpose, Boom Shaky. It's sort of just like her thing is, she looks, she kind of reaches for terms like thingamajig and stuff, and that's just evolved into, her saying mushy rooms and spudtatas and hags and things like that. It's just like joking with her chat. It's just her thing. She's doing that on purpose.
Now I'm going to put some of this egg with seasoning in it in the middle. Get a bigger spoon, Kay.
Laura, can't you tell mushy rooms with egg and cheese when you see it? No, the cooking is not the joke with Kay. Kay is the only person who does not... She's the only person who does not think this is a joke. She is serious about this. She's defensive of it. She has no self-awareness about her cooking.
That's okay.
If she came across this right now, she would think we were bullying her, and that makes me sad because we love Kay.
Oh, that's going to go over the sides. Never mind. That's going to go over the sides as well. Alright.
Well, Laura, I mean, Lee's kind of a big boy. He kind of needs a few here. Oh yes. Boom Chicky did send us a package, a housewarming gift, and it was very much appreciated. Paco loved it very much, and she mailed it to Doug Fokker. So that was pretty fun.
They're all going to go over the sides. Well, some of them are. Right, what I'm going to do is just make sure that there's enough all the way round. There's not enough in there. Oh, so much now. And then what I'm going to do is, well, just make sure there's enough to go all the way around. There we are, all the way around.
Yeah, I literally LOL'd when I saw the name on that package. It was pretty fun.
What I'm going to do is some extra mature cheddar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to
This This dish will never turn out right if you don't use the extra mature cheddar. If you use juvenile cheddar, you know, underage cheddar, then not only will Chris Hansen show up, but this will not turn out correctly.
Put some cheese, and there's not much cheese going on there, okay? You want a bit more on that, girl. You need to cover them all. And that's... Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just keep putting the cheese onto them, so it covers them.
Just imagine how awful this would be if it didn't have that egg wash. It would just be a culinary abortion.
And then they're going to go in the oven until that cheese is melted and the mushrooms are cooked. So there they are. They are going to go in the oven, and well, they're going to go in the oven, and that's it. So let's see them. Stand up. Let's see them when they come out. And now they are done. As you can see, they've fallen in the...
So Pickle, when you've made cheese snot mushrooms, is this pretty much how they've turned out? Like, is this the correct end result?
Fallen in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one. Excuse me, can you come here, please? Plate, please. Well, poor excuse for a plate. Oh. And that.
Mmm.
You can't see, but that.
Yummy. Yum yum. Eat it up. Right there. It's yeah, that's some cheese snot mushy rooms right there, everybody. So
is your end product.
Okay.
I have took some from a plate and I'm going to I'm going to taste it. Right, here is the taste test. Come here. Come here.
That does not look like the face of enjoyment to me. She's going to say this is quite lovely or some shit, but that does not look like the face of enjoyment to me.
Now the cheese is very overpowering, but I did say it was extra mature cheddar, but it's so nice.
Oh, y'all want more of Lee's acting? Y'all want to see where that zombie movie goes? We can do that. I can do that next week. We can see some more Lee. Look, this gets Pickle's seal of approval. She says this is a delightful dish. She can't wait to try making it herself. So here we go. There you go. This one has the Pickle seal of approval. This is going to be the next thing coming out of her air fryer.
Really nice. Really nice. From what I can see, there's not much time left on my camera, so if I don't get it all said, I do apologise. So there's going to be a link in the description to my merchandise. If you like what you see, please keep viewing me. If you want to give me a thumbs up, please do. If you want to leave a comment and a recipe, yes, that was a recipe, a comment and a recipe, please feel free.
Boom, you have to read between the lines. That's not what she said, that's what she meant, okay?
The more the merrier. And if you haven't subscribed, or you know someone who hasn't subscribed, get them subscribing, get yourself subscribing, get everybody subscribing. Thank you. Bye. Yes.
Alright, so there we go. Hopefully everybody has something for dinner tonight now. Let's get to, we're going to see what Jimmy has to say for himself. I think we went back a little bit from where we were. So, let's get back to Jimmy. He's got about an hour left here. There can't be anything left for Jimmy. There can't be anything left that Jimmy's done. I mean, at this point, he's admitted to stealing village property, having a negligent discharge in some lady's house because he was trying to shoot her TV and he shot the floor instead. So, I mean, there's that. There was stealing from a suicide victim. Let's see, there was, God, what else was it? There was everything, man. He was cashing checks he wasn't supposed to. He was turning in the wrong hours for everybody. He was paying people that hadn't worked there in years. Like, there can't be anything else. He was sitting around the house watching Cops and claiming that is overtime. So it's like, what else is there for the next hour? Are they just sitting there looking at each other? Like, come on, Jimmy, there can't be anything else. That has to be it, Jimmy.
Money out of my checking account every month. I called the lady.
Oh yeah, rewound to the insurance fraud. This is the one thing I don't think Jimmy actually meant to do because he's really mad about it. But even with this, Jimmy didn't bother to look how much money he owed the village or how much money they took. He just figures they're probably done because they stopped taking money from him. Jimmy.
My bank number's my routing number. They're taking money out. Evidently they're paid off because they don't take out anymore.
Okay, so you guys have made arrangements to get it taken care of.
Yeah, there was arrangements taken care of.
Okay.
Every month that money came out.
Is it still coming out, or you got to pay?
No, it's got to be paid off because they haven't been taking their money out.
Okay. All right.
Guys, that upsets me.
But you got to understand, if it's something like that,
not you guys.
I understand.
Yeah, I believe Jimmy on that one. I think these checks, for whatever reason, were coming in his name, and he was supposed to be turning them over to the village or something, but he just saw a check with his name and thought it was his. I actually kind of believe him on this one.
And you know, Jimmy, I don't want this to be an adversarial thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, I want this to be just all out there, and again, out of respect for you
Yeah.
and the job you've done for so long. I want to give you opportunities here, and that's it.
I
don't want to force your hand on anything.
No.
I don't want to give you advice. All I want to do is try to find out everything that
Guys, I don't have nothing to hide.
There was somebody mentioned a suicide scene where $140 came up missing too. And they said that you had access to the money and that you mentioned that the dead guy wasn't going to miss the money.
Yeah, that does sound like Jimmy. Derek, this is your favorite part right here. Yeah, that kind of does sound like Jimmy going, that guy ain't going to miss it. I'm not going to lie, that sounds like Jimmy. And watch the difference. Jimmy was mad about the insurance thing. Watch him here.
Do you recall anything about that?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Jimmy's like, no, nothing about that. No, I don't recall it. Like, he's not mad. He's not incensed. Jimmy knows he did that. He took that $140.
Do you guys get a lot of suicides out there?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, some of 17. Do you remember how many last year?
You know, the last suicide I was on was with Andy. And a guy had shot himself in a bunk bed.
Yep. That's the incident I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So if you recall that.
Jimmy, there can't. It's got to be a small town. There's part-time cops. Like they only have 2 cops on duty at a time. This has got to be a very small place. You should know how many suicides you went to.
Do you recall some money being exchanged or being taken from the scene?
Andy took everything because I couldn't stand the smell.
Uh-huh.
And I do believe his family came and got everything.
Okay. The deceased family did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Log sheets. Who's responsible for keeping the guys' log sheets? Guys and gals that work out there, their road log sheets.
They write it out during the night and put it in the box.
There are 3 months from last year completely missing.
Road logs, or are you talking about?
Both road logs and actually city council, the reports that you guys send to city council, those are also missing.
Now I know Peggy said something about them.
They're all missing. The whole month, like 3 months.
Yeah, Jimmy is the criminal element in that town. I mean, what is there left? Like, are we going to find out Jimmy's putting, like, on a balaclava and going out and robbing the only convenience store in town? And he just shows up and he's just like, he shoots their floor and they're like, here you go, Jimmy. Here's the cash. See you next week. Like, Jimmy.
Worth, you know, I think it was April and July.
It was April, July, and November.
Yeah.
And yes,
Yeah,
correct.
because I was looking for him yesterday for her.
Okay. Yeah. Any idea what happened to those?
I talked to Jeff Mayton, because he gathers them up, puts them in a big envelope. He does the monthly report, copies it, shoves it in, you know, with the road logs, flips it over and writes road logs and stats, then the month and the year, and then he takes the other report over to Valerie.
Is this the incident reports? Is this like all of the incidents reports for those 3 months? Like, is this... Did they lose everything the police department did for like 3 months? Like, what does that do? I guess if you commit a crime in this town, you got a good chance of getting off because the cops are going to lose all the records of it.
I asked him what he done with them. He has no clue what he done with them.
Why are you allowing them to leave the office in the first place? I know that everybody's mentioned everybody's got stuff at home. Why has anybody got anything at home? Why does Jeffrey Mayton have any paperwork at home? Any files or anything else like that?
The only thing he would have at home would be his qualifications for us, and them are his copies. And when Peggy was asking me about the qualifications, I didn't know Jeff already put them all together, and they were in the cabinet right by his desk.
Gotcha.
So there was.
And let me ask you this, Jimmy. And again, this has got to stay here with this stuff. Did you guys ever kind of cheat your way through the qualifications? Because I looked at your qualifications, and you know, if you've shot, you've only missed one round, you know, throughout 3 different guns in a couple of different years, and then you went to try to qualify this time and couldn't hit anything. Something jumps out right there, just for me as being an investigator. And then when
Now Jimmy's faking his ability to shoot a gun. They should have just put a picture of that lady's linoleum floor up there. He could have shot that.
talked to everybody, they said they don't watch you qualify. No one's seen you qualify besides Vermeda.
I qualified before everybody because I was told that I have to watch them
Okay.
in case I have to testify in court. Yes, they did.
Jimmy can only hit the broadside of a floor. It's the only thing Jimmy can shoot.
Do well, and Vermate was their trainer.
Now, were those 100% accurate? The scores that Vermeda gave you?
Yes.
Okay.
Jeff Vermate will not pass you if you didn't.
Okay.
And I know that because I've tried to get him to do it 100 times, and I usually just have to pay him to do it. He just won't do it by himself. I don't know why. Fuck him.
He'll make you. Matter of fact, I'll give you a scenario. With Andy Davis, Andy wanted Jeff to say, hey, I did my hours. When Andy got in trouble in Muskegon County, he had to work at the dive team. Andy said, just tell him that I was here and worked. Jeff said, absolutely not.
Okay.
So one of his cops got in trouble and got community service. What is this town? If you're from this town, I gotta tell you, you live in a stupid place.
I am not doing that.
And why
And he
is
wouldn't
Jeff
do it.
letting other people claim hours that never happened?
I think it's just not muscle memory. I just think Jeff thinks that, you know, it's 16 hours. He wouldn't know if someone came out and worked, like during the day when he's off, or during the night, weekend when he's off. I think he just thinks it's the honor system, and I'm going to give you 16 hours, and he's not 100% sure if they did or not.
I love the honor system for payroll. I love that, especially in a government worker. Oh my God. Derek, do you think there's anything Jimmy actually does right, or do you think it's just everything is just completely phoned in or stolen? Like, is there anything Jimmy actually does?
I think it was to deceive anybody. It's not to.
Jimmy, would you say that everybody got 16 hours in just based on what you know?
The guys that I have now,
I'm talking about, let's think of all the 17. Let's just take 17 and to right now. Do you think that everybody really got their 16 hours in?
if they didn't get their 16, they got close to it.
Okay. But
They're, you know.
But you would say that's an accurate statement, and that not everyone got their 16 hours in.
You're right, he does crime pretty well, but unfortunately he's a cop.
I would say it's accurate. They were close, but
Gotcha.
may not have got to 16.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way, everybody. Since I started with the intro to cops, you're all getting overtime right now. So make sure you put this on your sheet. so it can go to the village and you get your overtime.
Some of them may have got more than 16, and they only got written down.
But that's fair to say though, right? That
Yeah.
they didn't get 16 all the time. And it's also fair to say that you're in charge of that. Ultimately, it's your department, your responsibility to make sure those numbers are accurate.
Their numbers were never, ever in the whole world ever meant to be accurate. That was just a summary of what we've done.
Okay.
The only thing accurate in that whole thing was the very front page. That was accuracy.
And it wasn't accurate because you guys missed Ritter's numbers on almost every month.
What do you mean?
Like Ritter's numbers that he had, your call volume is actually way bigger than you guys claim it is. You guys have more calls and did more things than you guys claim because you didn't factor Ritter's numbers in. All of Ritter's call records, all his calls, all his stats, even his hours worked, nobody calculated it.
The Ritter's not putting his stuff in the computer. That would be the problem there with call volume.
What do you mean put stuff in the computer?
He's not typing his stuff in his CRs and call records in.
Okay. So
And I wouldn't
you
know
guys
that.
you guys go off of that for the call logs. So you take the call logs, you put them in the computer, and then
Everybody, welcome our special guest.
Hi.
Don't sound so enthusiastic. You've got hot chocolate and everything. You
You
should be
stole
happy.
my chair.
Vermaiden gets those numbers off of the computer to
Yeah,
put
he
on
gets
the
in there and
stats.
gets,
I got you.
and it's generated for the computer. So if that call number is low and it's Ritter's not putting his stuff in.
Ritter's name's not even on it. Ritter's name's not even on the list of anything that's been done. Go grab one of those packets for me.
Yeah.
Because we didn't grab it. Ritter's name is not actually even on the
I wasn't
list of
pooping.
auxiliary officers or part-time officers or full-time officers. His name's not even on a lot of
Tell them what you were
So-
doing.
Is it?
No, so we wrote it in and put down.
Go on, tell the people what you were doing. Tell the people what this grown-up stuff you were doing was.
You're the one that called it grown-up stuff. Okay?
Y'all want to know what Paco was doing?
My cat fell asleep on me. Were you expecting me to disturb the poor baby?
Yes, there was a cat on her. And she's like, tell him I'm doing something grown up. Don't tell him this. And I'm like, okay. She's doing grown up stuff. The cat was on her.
He was comfy.
Yes, that is what we do for our buds.
On the stats that he got, and your numbers actually rose. Instead of being down here, they actually rose a lot. So you guys aren't getting credit for a lot of stuff you're doing because his numbers aren't being calculated in that. So, I don't think your village council is getting an accurate
Exactly,
number.
Boom.
Really,
Exactly.
Yes, we are motherfucking professionals. Am I hearing this right? Am I hearing this right? Is Steve Ritter the only cop doing any work in that town? So, their numbers went from, one guy shooting a floor to, actually doing work? Is that what I'm hearing in this thing?
anything. They're not getting an accurate number of how many people are coming out to work, their hours, or their call volume.
Steve Ritter's name's not on that report.
Yeah, and I'll show you when he brings it back over here. It's not even on there. Yeah, when you open it up, you got all his call logs. So his call logs are on there, all his hours are on the call logs that he did, and everybody he picked up is on there. Now, what I did too is I went back and looked at all the call logs, and there are guys and gals that have 0 call logs. None. But yet they got 16 hours listed. And they're not on one call log.
Look, to be fair, where I work, there's people that don't do anything with their day, and they still get paid, okay? So just because they're not running any calls doesn't mean they're not showing up and punching the time clock, okay? Let's give them that one.
Very true.
They're auxiliaries. They're not on any call logs. They're not on anybody else's call log either. They didn't pick up anybody. They didn't take anybody back. They didn't do a slash mark and then put their name on it. Nothing.
They usually put their name on it. Like if, let's say Tedra rode with Hawes, he would put his name on it, and he should put Bear's name on there.
Yep.
Tedra.
Some of them do. Most of them don't. Ritter's pretty good about putting another name on there if he has somebody ride with him, and so
Right.
is a Haas.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. I mean, they don't at all. So when I look at it, and you think about it from a village council point of view, if I'm looking at something like that and I want to see who's out, I see that this guy has 16 hours listed this month. So I go back through all the records, and there's not one mention of him there. There's not one log. There's not any number. There's not anything filled out that says he was there at all.
Look, Jimmy, just hit him with the, we don't really mean that stuff to be accurate. Just hit him with that. Just be like, it doesn't matter. None of this matters because, like 5 mayors ago, they said just pay everybody in the town 16 hours a month for police work. Just hit him with that, and then there's nothing to say.
How do I verify that?
Well, if Ritter and Haas is doing that, the only other person would be Vermate because no one comes out and works with me because they all work day shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you see a problem with the way things are?
I see things needs to be changed.
Sure.
Majorly.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem changing that stuff majorly.
Let's scrap January.
But I had no clue that Steve Ritter is not on that
Well,
list.
for instance, see January here? We actually wrote in Ritter and Jackson because Jackson actually wrote with Ritter, I think, that one day that month. So we wrote his stats in there and his hours.
Yes,
in there
Paco.
anyway.
Paco, you actually have to eat the mushy
You know, and then
rooms.
Andy
You're
Davis
late.
picked
No,
up.
You're late. You're late. You are
Technically,
late.
I watched
You
on my
are
phone.
late.
I thought you were very funny.
You are late.
I am not late. I was watching on my phone with the cat. I even saw Derek ask if I was pooping, and you did not deny it.
Well, I didn't know what story you're going to go with. And I don't think you've put in the Discord link yet, so. I don't know. I don't know if we believe you on this. I don't know if we believe you. I think we all think that you are late and you need to eat the mushrooms. Let's put it to a vote. Just everybody in the chat right now. Does Paco?
Well, you were talking about how adorable Kay was back then.
You can hear me from the other room. Does Paco need to eat the mushy rooms? Just a yes or no. Does she need to eat the mushy rooms? That's what we need right now.
And Bartow got 7 hours that day.
Shame.
But Bartow didn't get 16 hours in that month.
Now, there's times here that Bartow is our bailiff.
See, ex-Derek wasn't the one that asked. See, you're making things up. See? We got to vote for yes. We got to vote for yes. 2 votes for yes. I think you're going to have to eat the mushy rooms.
Okay.
And he would do the bailiff. There would be no call log for him.
Is there any record of that?
Sure.
Does he sign in or something? Or do
No.
That's what I'm saying. Is there
No.
anything that's written down for that?
No. He comes in and he would be the bailiff.
All right.
See, Vicky Glover's still on. When is this one? 17.
That's January 17th. She was probably been gone
Yeah.
half a year at least.
See, this should have been updated. He goes in the computer and gets this every month because he has to change that from month to month. January, February, and then New Year would come in and put the 18.
What do you see? Your total calls for service is 93.
Mm-hmm.
That's not counting.
Oh, Wheeze, you and Paco both have to eat the mushy rooms. Kay made some mushy rooms. And you and Paco both have to eat them.
Ritters.
See,
So
now
I should have
this
a lot
number, if that number is off, then Steve Ritter's not putting his CRs in our computer system because this is generated from our computer system.
Gotcha.
So if that number's off, then Steve's not doing what he's supposed to do and he's hiding his CRs somewhere.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not.
There you go, Jimmy. That's the mark of a leader right there. That is the mark of the true chief of police, man. You blame it on Steve Ritter. That's what you do. Good job. The one thing that Jimmy does right is he passes the buck. Oh wait, that's the mark of a bad leader, isn't it? Sorry, Jimmy.
See him in the book,
Yeah.
but I don't go in and check every one of them in the computer.
Okay. I gotcha.
But you're right, Ritter's name ain't on this.
Right. It's not on a lot of them. You know, so the reports are
Didn't know
just
that.
generated like that, and then they're turned to city council or village council like that. So, and there's,
You know what, I never even thought to even think of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. A lot of it.
Wow.
Were there any times, Jimmy, that you claimed some hours that you didn't actually work?
No. There's hours that I work that I don't put down on my timesheet.
So you work an extra hours and not claim it?
Yes. My phone would ring constantly, and I'd have to go out. I never put all the hours down,
Right.
because I know we're short of money, and I didn't want to work myself out of a job. You can ask any mayor that.
Yeah. What's the most people you guys have had out at one time?
2,
2?
yeah, 3,
At any time, any given day?
usually 2.
Okay.
I would work 6 to 4,
Uh-huh.
and then someone would come out from noon to 10,
Okay.
and they would come out at noon, give me that 4 hours to go in the office and see stuff that I had to do.
Okay. All right. So, is there any time that you would have 3 or 4 people working at once?
No.
No, never?
That'd be nice.
Right, it would be.
No.
25th.
Come on, there's no chance. You're not going to pull out a date on Jimmy in which he had too many people on the clock, are you?
No.
You're not going to pull that out on Jimmy. There's no chance. Jimmy didn't do that. I think this is the one thing Jimmy's going to shut him down on, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
2017, you have 4 people listed as working at the same time.
Well, there goes that.
What?
There goes
No,
that.
they
Jimmy
made a mistake.
Jimmy, come on. This is a mistake. It's a mistake. That can't be right. Jimmy didn't do that.
Who?
You got Davis, Vermaiden, you, and Ritter.
Fucking Steve Ritter. That goddamn Steve Ritter. It's always that motherfucker. Steve Ritter's right in the middle of everything. That's this dude's Carol Baskin.
Now, also on that day, and I've been told by 2 people, you and Vermaiden went 4-wheeling that day.
Jimmy.
No, he didn't.
Jimmy, you didn't go 4-wheeling on the clock, did you? Just, look, tell him you were doing like a search and rescue kind of thing, like you were out there just like patrolling for lost hunters or something. Come on, make up something, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You didn't do that. You didn't clock in and then go 4-wheeling. You didn't do that, Jimmy.
Over in Perry State Park, Perry State Forest, which we've called Perry State Forest. We've also called dispatch and got the call runs and everything else and who marked in, who marked out, and all that stuff. You guys aren't anywhere on there. You and Vermaiden are nowhere on there. On the call logs,
Right.
policy are nothing, 0.
What day was it?
April 25th, 2017. It was on a Tuesday. Ritter actually got called into work to cover for either you or Vermaiden, one of the 2. He was not on his regular scheduled days.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you didn't call someone in for overtime so that you can get paid to go 4-wheeling, did you? You didn't do that, Jimmy. Come on, he's making this. He's telling stories about you, Jimmy. You didn't do that.
Fibber.
Come on, Jimmy. You were out there preemptively, like Boom Shicky says. You're preemptively looking for lost people before they get lost. You're out there. They're hunting deer. You're out on your 4-wheelers. You're gonna come running up to them, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, don't get lost, guys. I scared away the deer. You can go home." Come on, Jimmy. Tell him that. I made that up right off the top of my head. You can do this, Jimmy.
Okay.
Do you remember that day? Do you remember going 4-wheeling with Vermaiden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was on
We've
that.
been 4 on several places.
Sure. That was on a Tuesday. And do you remember going to Perry State Forest?
We've been there several times.
Do you remember going to Muskingum first? And then they're not open, then you went over to there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the day that you went on Tuesday, the 25th, I think it was.
Okay, then
Yeah, that
Ritter.
day.
Oh yeah, that day. Yeah, I went. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh fuck yeah, yeah. Tell him the story, Jimmy. Come on, make something up quick. See, Jimmy.
You can do this.
Jimmy's a criminal, but he's not really smart enough to get away with it.
No.
But he's ironically,
not.
I believe this guy did get away with it, didn't lose his job, and retired from that stupid town.
That's so ridiculous.
I could be spreading false information,
Probably.
but I did look this up one time, and I really think that the mayor did try to get this guy fired, but the town council just wouldn't have it.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Worked for Vermaiden, and I took the day off.
Okay, so you do remember that day then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you took a day off. What about Vermaiden?
Probably used sick time like I did.
Okay, so you sick time that day?
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
the 4-wheeler ain't. I mean, out of everything Jimmy's done wrong, I guess using sick time to go run the 4-wheeler is probably pretty low. That's more of an administrative thing. But I mean, Jimmy, 4-wheeling ain't sick time.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's more of an administrative thing. It's not really robbing anybody.
I'm supposed to, yeah.
So you used sick time that day on the 25th to go out 4-wheeling. So you weren't sick.
No, well, I shouldn't say sick time, it was PTO time.
Okay. What is your PTO time? Explain it to me.
Personal time off.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that is what PTO stands for, Jimmy. Good job. You get the gold star today.
What do you
Does
get
he?
to have personal
Does
time
he
off?
really?
Yeah, Jimmy's going to pull this one together. He's going to come up with an explanation that just explains it all away, and we're going to feel like Jimmy was doing the right thing.
See, I'm not believing that.
Well, we'll see.
Just get that?
Yeah, our pay stubs don't.
Yeah, pull that one out, Jimmy. Pull that one out. Say it's sick of working time.
Yeah.
Pull that one out. Come on, just give him that. And then the guy will be like, you know what? You're right, Jimmy. I got to give you that one. And he's just going to move on to the next thing you've done.
Say sick time. It says PTO, and then we get vacation. And
I get you.
You cure so much, and I mean, if you wanted a day off, you just say, hey, I'm going to take this day off, and just like that day,
Right.
Vermaiden had to have said, hey, do you want to go there? And I'm like, yeah, get someone to work for me.
Gotcha.
Okay, call Ritter in.
Okay, that's what happened that day then?
Had to be.
Okay. So who called Ritter in? You or him?
I think, you know what, I can't tell you that. I don't remember.
Okay. But you know Ritter was called in to cover somebody's shift?
Yeah.
Okay.
On a Tuesday, it'd be Jeff Vermaiden by himself.
Right. So Vermaiden would have had to take a personal day off, and you would have to take a personal day off definitely too.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you take a personal day off, how do you notate that you took a personal day off when you guys turn in your timesheets?
Should be put sick down there and then the amount of hours you took.
Well, see, normally we don't, okay? Normally we don't, but it's only when hard asses like you come along and want to, like impose rules on this whole thing that we've suddenly got to write down when we're sick. We can't just get paid, asshole.
Okay. How many hours is... Now, refresh my memory here. Did you take sick time or did you take a personal...
That's right, it's PTO time.
Okay. That's considered the same thing as sick time for you
Yes.
guys? So you don't actually have sick time, you have to take PTO time?
Right.
And you have to accrue that time, or how's that work?
And accrues.
Okay. All right, so you would have to just say PTO time across the timesheet or something
Or,
like that?
yeah,
Or
16 PTO, whatever you put on there. Yeah.
And that would be for how many hours?
Well, we both work 10-hour shifts, so it would be 10 hours.
Okay, all right.
I want to know if Jimmy can explain how many hours of PTO time he accrues per pay period. I wonder if he can actually put a number to that. Like, if he has any clue how many hours per pay period he accrues. Probably not. And he is the chief of police.
That says a lot.
Yeah. Come on, Jimmy. Let's just have one thing that the guy asks you about you've got actually a good answer for. Come on. I'm rooting for one thing. It's a low bar. I'm hoping there's one thing.
We took the whole day off.
Gotcha. All right. But you do recall calling him in for that particular day, and you guys going forward on that particular day?
Yes, because we went to the one place and they were closed.
And that was it Muskingum? Was I right about that? Or
No, some other.
was Zanesville? Was it somewhere in... I thought it was Muskingum somewhere, or... That's the information I had, and then they were closed, and then you guys went to Perry.
We went to Perry, different part of Perry, and they hadn't opened up. It was the next day they opened up. But the one trail that we did go to was already open.
I gotcha, okay. And then you had to go to... Let's see here. That trail. So that was on... Make sure I got my paper right here. That was on the 25th, right? That's your timesheet, right?
$12 hours, 6 A to 6 P.
Yeah, you see the problem I'm having with that?
Yeah. That should have been, I didn't even finish this week.
Right. That's because somebody grabbed it and made a copy of it because they knew you were out four-wheeling when you were supposed to be at work.
There's a snitch. They got a snitch in that office.
That's pretty bad.
Oh, man. Jimmy, y'all got a snitch. Y'all got to figure that one out. I bet it's Steve Ritter.
That's why that's there.
Chances are high.
Yeah.
And because they were concerned that you were taking time off and doing things and claiming time for work.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a copy of that. You probably did actually finish.
Didn't he say earlier he worked a 10-hour day that day? Like he was scheduled for 10 hours? Why'd Jimmy put himself down for 12 hours, 2 extra hours for that day when he went four-wheeling? Come on, Jimmy. Not only are you not there, but you take an extra time too? Come on, Jimmy.
Because Sorry, I got nothing, Jimmy. I got
nothing.
nothing.
Actually, you know what, Derek? I have seen Ritter's interview. It's somewhere on YouTube, and Ritter was not the snitch. Ritter was just basically worried about being a cop. He didn't know about any of this stuff. He thought he and Jimmy were just buds, and he wasn't paying attention to anything but being a cop, basically. Like, he was just there to do his job. Like, he wasn't the snitch. He was as surprised as anybody. Well, maybe not as surprised as Jimmy.
There's that timesheet, but that's a copy of the timesheet up until that point.
I think we do have the finished one.
And we do have the finished one.
And it matches.
Yeah, so that's your handwriting. Probably.
It used to be. I came across it one time. I came across Ritter's interview one time. It's very short. It's not very interesting, except for the fact that Ritter doesn't know anything. Like, Ritter was not the smoking gun. He was just basically like, I don't know anything about any of that.
That's my handwriting, yeah.
You claimed 12 hours that day when you weren't there.
Well, I can tell you this. If you go out there and look right now, Steve's isn't done for this week.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just whipped it out and didn't even think about taking that day off. That wasn't taking that day off on, trying to rip someone off. I just should have do it like I do it now, which is fill it out as I go. But that day here, someone may have taken and pulled the copy off it, and I know who it was, Steve Ritter.
Fucking Steve Ritter. I can't wait to see his version of Here Kitty Kitty with Steve Ritter.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that was not done on purpose.
Only they're cops, so I guess it'd be Here Piggy Piggy, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what it'd be.
And I'll give them their 12 hours back, but that was not done to steal anything from anybody.
Okay, but you see the problem that the issues that were raised, Jimmy, are legitimate issues.
I can see it.
Because if they're coming to your house and you're sitting around, I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying that's what they're reporting. If you're sitting around watching TV when you're on duty, they feel like you're stealing money from the village. If you're going out and riding four-wheelers on a day you're supposed to be at work and then you claim time on it too, that's a problem, man.
Oh, I can see that being a problem. That wasn't done on purpose.
These dudes are some buzzkills, man. It's like you're out there, you're watching TV, they don't want to pay you. You're stealing time, they don't want to pay you. It's like, these guys are some buzzkills, man.
Okay.
I can tell you that.
What's her maintenance say on that same day?
Check here and get to the end here.
And out of respect for you, Jimmy, I'm laying everything on the table. I'm not holding anything back from you here.
I already.
Here's the one that was turned in of yours. And I'm looking for meeting, Jim.
You were past it, or one.
That right here, 425.
And Vermaiden was with you, and Vermaiden claimed 6 hours.
So who do you guys think is smarter?
Okay.
This guy or Lorne? Because, I mean... this guy really ended up suffering, like, no consequences. So this guy's luckier than Lorne.
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you think this guy's actually smarter than Lorne? Like, do you think this guy's actually got more brain power, like a better processor than Lorne has? Or do you think he's just, like, got better luck? Like, do you think they've got the same intelligence level, but, like, the luck stat is higher? Like Lorne put all his stats into, like, ugly, and this guy put his stats into luck? Like, because neither of them put their stats into intelligence. Like,
No.
yeah.
Why would he pay him 6 hours when he's supposed to work?
He is more employed than Lorne. You are correct, Boomchick. He's more employed, and this guy's getting a pension.
On Tuesday he works noon to 10.
No idea.
So that should, I don't even know why that was put there. That was should have been noon to 10 instead of 4 to 10. And it'd have been 10 hours.
What time did you guys get back from that trip?
Oh hell, I don't remember.
Was it dark?
No.
Maybe he tried to come in later, I don't know. But he put down numbers too on that day that he wasn't at work. The
All right.
Ritter had to come in because the two of you were both gone. And the dispatch traffic had Ritter on there, not you guys.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Here, 4 to 11.
and you're being honest with me, that, you know, you guys were out there on the 25th.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
Right.
that's the problem, Jimmy. And you know, when I turn this stuff over to Mayor Wells and to Village Council, they're probably gonna have an issue.
Well, you know what? This was not done on purpose. I probably should do my.
That is true. Jimmy, as far as we know, hasn't committed any sex crimes. So, Jimmy does have that going for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time sheet every day that I get done, and I didn't. That right there, the 25th, was not done on purpose. You know, and I can understand it looks terrible.
But Jimmy, you just told me earlier that you do it like that you make sure that you don't put that ending on there until you're actually done.
I just started doing that
Okay, I gotcha.
because of all this issue of them saying time sheet.
Stop bringing up the past. You keep bringing up the fucking past. No, don't do it no more.
This time sheet, that time sheet, this.
Right.
And pay is very.
I'm telling you, Jimmy put everything into the luck stat. Jimmy started Fallout 4 with like the luck stat maxed. He put all of his starting points into luck.
Yeah, and then unfortunately his luck ran out.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I bet Jimmy could pass rape class. I bet you're right. I bet he is. He is probably like his intelligence stat is probably 4. You know, and Lauren probably squeaked about 2 in there. Yeah, so you're right. This guy's probably working with a little bit more. He probably put some into intelligence and the rest into luck.
This is, Jimmy, I don't know if you've ever seen this before. This is a couple years of people thinking that you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. A couple years.
Years? Come on. Jimmy, no. Come on. How stupid is this town? Like, how bad is this town that this is the top lawman?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, this is the top lawman in that town. And they've been reporting him for years to the village council, and it's just been met with a...
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
That's crazy. How corrupt is the village council? Like, is the village council made up of like his uncle and his cousin and his like best friend and like his dad?
Since 2014. That's how long that is. That's a lot. That's what's going to go over to those guys, man. And obviously there are issues there. Now, obviously there's some issues whether you did it on purpose or not. There are issues there that are very serious.
Like, what issues is very serious?
Like if I did that, if I...
What issues are very serious? Jimmy, you've been talking to him for an hour about very serious issues. Jimmy, you stole from a suicide victim. You shot a lady's floor while you were trying to shoot her TV. Like, come on, Jimmy. Like, this is all serious stuff. You're stealing from people's cars.
Left and I came back here and I claimed that I worked that day. I get charged with theft in office probably. I don't get fired. I get fired like pretty quickly here.
Right.
All right. So I don't know what they're gonna do there. I don't know their procedures. Frankly, I don't care because that's between you and them. My job was to find out what happened with everything.
Yeah, I did not do the 25th of April or this. Was it this year?
No, 17.
That's right. 17. On purpose. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting you to find it. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Give me some credit.
Yeah,
I was
if I had
lackadaisical
thought you
doing-
were going
Yeah,
to.
if I'd have known you were going to look through this, I'd have probably put the right numbers down. Come on. Have some faith.
The timesheets every day, but I know how she is, so we have tightened it up very much because I know how particular she is.
Yeah, Jimmy,
And-
whatever happens in this investigation.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that a body language expert would say Jimmy's lying.
No,
I'm just going to go on a limb.
surely not.
I'm no body language expert. I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say that an expert would say Jimmy's lying.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm just gonna say Jimmy might be telling falsehoods here.
Jimmy, I don't believe that.
Jimmy,
no,
yeah.
Not Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jason, man, I hope you guys.
I mean, look at
tighten
that
it up.
man.
Is that a man you trust with your life?
I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, you can trust him with your life. He can't shoot anything. He's terrible at the range. He has to qualify behind closed doors because he can't hit the target. He can't hit anything smaller than a tile floor.
I do. I mean, whether you're there, whether you decide to leave, or what happens,
Oh, I'm
hope-
sure she's going to fire me.
I hope to God you guys get shit straightened out, though.
You know, and I will be the first one to look both of you in the eyes and say, yeah, we need to tighten some things up. I have no problem with that. Have no problem with getting guidance on how to do that.
Look, Jimmy cracked corn in a no corn cracking zone. If he cracked corn, it was someplace you weren't supposed to crack it.
Okay? But to say I blatantly ripped off this Buckeye Lake Police Department
Would be pretty accurate.
is bold.
Oh.
I put 34 years of my life out there. I gave them people more than anything. I lost a marriage over this police department.
I mean, come on, Jimmy. I can think of some other reasons you might have lost your marriage that probably didn't have anything to do with your just dedication to the law.
No,
Okay.
clearly not.
I've lost girlfriends over this police department because I spent more time there than I would with them.
What woman would leave this man?
I would leave him.
Oh. So Paco would. But Boomshicky wouldn't.
You know, just because someone comes to my house and they see me in blue jeans and a t-shirt that says police and a Glock 27 on my side doesn't mean that I ain't working. Doesn't mean that I don't have something in the mix going on.
Okay. I mean, quite honestly, a lot of times if you stop by my house during the day, you'll see me in jeans and a t-shirt with a gun. Does that mean I should be getting paid? Come on.
Clearly.
I guess. Jimmy's a lawman through and through.
You know,
So what is the thing that means you get paid? Is it the t-shirt, the blue jeans, the gun? Like, does Jimmy get paid when he straps up?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Obviously. Well, actually, no, because...
Little Debbie chocolate Christmas tree cakes?
What?
They have chocolate Christmas tree cakes?
No.
No, they don't. You're making that up. There are no chocolate Christmas tree cakes. There are Christmas tree cakes. There are jumbo Christmas tree cakes.
Which is the only way.
Which is the other way. The only way. The regular Christmas trees are disappointment cakes. But you're telling me there's chocolate ones? What? Forget Jimmy for a second. They have chocolate Christmas tree cakes?
Hi, everyone. We're fat.
Yeah, we're fat, if y'all didn't already know that.
Tell us more about the little...
Yeah, we want to hear about the chocolate Christmas tree cakes. Fuck Jimmy.
Mayor Foster, Mayor Carroll knew every time I would be working out of my house.
But Jimmy, your computer, like you said, the computer at your house has the same things the computer does at work.
Yeah, do you get paid by the gun? Because I'm thinking we've got a retirement here.
Please, no.
You don't know what Christmas tree... Oh my God, you are missing out. Get to the food library. Go to where they have the Little Debbie snack cakes. They have Christmas tree cakes. And if you have... they come in two varieties. They come in jumbo and they come in disappointment. You want the jumbo ones. And you can thank us. We accept monetary donations.
Fact.
As long as I can also get Christmas tree cakes with them. Oh my God, Boomshicky has confirmed there are chocolate Christmas tree cakes. Paco, get on this.
I'm on.
Oleg, you're not running at your house, I hope.
No.
You're running at work. Why go home?
Because it's more peaceful for one.
Like, I mean, I just discovered they make chocolate animal crackers. And those things are legit. But chocolate Christmas tree cakes are going to be like life-changing for us. And by life-changing, I mean we might have to have a foot amputated from diabetes.
Thing. The phone's not ringing 300,000 times.
Oh, but they only have them in the
chimes on the door's
disappointment
not ringing
size.
on and off. Bing, bong,
Is
you
this a
gotta
better
Do
one?
they have jumbo? Do they have jumbo?
No.
Oh. They just have them in disappointment. What is $22.99? God damn.
Wait,
That better be more than one box.
it says 2 boxes. What?
This is still a ridiculous
Okay.
price.
Okay,
Let's get back to this. I know they make iced animal crackers. Yes. God, we're fat.
walk out through the other side of the office. It's more peaceful, and you can get more stuff done. Steve Ritter don't come in and stand at your desk and do this for 45 minutes. You know?
I can understand.
Yeah, Jimmy ain't putting up with nobody stifling his productivity, all right? Do not come over to Jimmy's desk and start talking to him. He needs peace and quiet to be a lawman.
And trying to get things done. And Andy wouldn't come in and do all this. And you're trying to get something done. It's like being pulled 17 different ways.
Yeah.
Like you're Stretch Armstrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's impossible to do. I understand that. Hell, it's impossible to be in your position. A lot of times, it's hard.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I can tell you exactly, and you can just look at me and tell me it's none of my business. I don't care. That stuff coming out of there is from Steve Ritter. Steve Ritter wants my job.
I'll tell you what. I'll be completely 100% honest with you because I don't bullshit, and I'm not bullshitting you now. That did not come from Steve Ritter.
Some of it had to have.
None of it did.
None of it come from Steve Ritter.
Nothing in that book came from Steve Ritter.
No.
And let me just say this. I'm gonna.
It came from Reeve Stitter. Yeah, see.
I'm gonna, conclude. I'm gonna end the whole thing on this, Jimmy. Whatever you do, whatever you decide, I want you to understand and know that we respect you. We've known you for a long time. I hope things work out for you. I really do. I'm sorry that you got pulled into this thing because it's unpleasant. It's not pleasant for me to have to investigate you. Okay? I took no joy in this, believe me. But
We kind of took joy in it. I'm not going to lie. We've kind of enjoyed this.
yes.
Yeah.
wish you luck, man. Whatever you do, whatever you decide, I hope you, succeed in it. And if it's this, you stay here. I hope you succeed. If you decide to take off, I hope you find something good for you. If you get fired, I hope you find something good for you. All right? But I want you to understand, there's no animosity here. There's no hard feelings, no matter what. And I hope you feel the same way.
There isn't. I understand what you guys had to go through. I understand what you guys are doing. But the mistakes that were made, and there was mistakes made, but none of them was done to rip off anybody, discredit anybody, get any extra free money.
Jimmy, it was all done to rip people off, get free money. You've been trying to discredit Steve Ritter this whole time. Jimmy, it was all of those things.
What, pad anything or anything like that. The auxiliary hours and for Maton doing them, I should have overseen it, but when you delegate something, I probably should have just made sure it was right. Or I should have just did it myself. But when you got so many things going on, you delegate to this gentleman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are good friends, I'm sure. But you believe in him.
I do. Yeah.
And I believed in Vermaten. My problem here, I should have probably just made sure that it was done right. But I had no.
Front to back final is going to be our on the scene reporter for the chocolate Christmas tree cakes. He's off to go get some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doubting him because he's done stuff like that before.
I guess just for future reference, Jimmy, I trust them, but I verify everything they do.
Well, and that's what I should have done.
I mean, and that just keeps me, because since I've got some vicarious liability and all this stuff, with him or with the other detective, I got to make sure that I'm doing they're doing the things right, so that doesn't come back on me. Ultimately, you're the head of the police department. You're the top fish over there.
Was.
But
I'm sure.
But you know what I'm saying? You are.
Oh, I know.
And so ultimately, who's it come down to?
I know. I know exactly.
So, as unfortunate as it is, it's going to come down to you.
Oh, I know. And it's gonna come down when you guys give her a report, it's gonna come down and she's gonna let me go.
But you know what I'm giving her. I lay it all on the table. There's no surprises, all right? And that's all, that's the respect that I want to show you, is I'm not pulling punches here, I'm not hiding anything, I'm showing you my entire hand. I'm laying it out for you so that you, yourself, if there's a decision to be made, you understand these are the cards that are being played, okay?
Right, exactly.
And I'm giving you that respect to say, here's my whole hand, this is it.
And I've been 150 million% honest with you, gentlemen.
I don't think so.
You may have inflated that number a little bit, Jimmy. It's just like
a tiny bit.
Just like you inflated all of your payroll numbers, I think you I think you've inflated that a little bit. Yeah.
Are we sure?
And, I didn't have nothing to hide. Just
he
like
says he has nothing to hide.
Just whatever.
If you can't believe Jimmy, who can you believe?
Down there.
Exactly.
I come in here with nothing to hide because I didn't even realize that. And I should have done it day by day, like I am now.
Okay. So asking who's smarter between him and Lauren wasn't really fair, right?
Right.
Who's more honest between him and Lauren? That's the question. There's the question. Between him and Lauren, which one of them is more honest?
Oh.
I actually feel like both of them are going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Both of them are going to lie to you. I actually feel like you can get the straight answer out of Lauren quicker than you'll get it out of Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, yeah, we know D-Mac is honest. I'm just being honest. But I actually think you could get the straight answer out of Lauren before you could get it from... Yeah, well, no, that's not true. Lauren hasn't told a lie since he were 10 years old, okay? I feel like they're both going to lie to you, but I feel like you can browbeat it out of Lauren quicker than Jimmy.
I didn't even realize that, to be truthful with you. At the end of the week, you got so much...
Yeah, there's also the fact that Lauren believes his own lies. So that's sort of honesty in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff coming to go the second week.
I know, but you can't estimate, man. You can't go back to that kind of thing. You say you're estimating your hours, with Vermaiden estimating the hours and you estimating the hours, and then the estimates for city or for the auxiliaries, and then you're giving that as an official document to village council who's making a public record. No, it's accurate.
Yeah, now I see where she came up with this letter of act.
Yeah. I see where you're going with this. That, making a bunch of inaccurate payroll shit probably isn't the best thing to do. But hey, live and learn, okay?
Yeah, are you really expecting him to be honest all the time?
Hey, come on. You're not expecting Jimmy to do something other than sit around and watch Cops all day.
Receipt of reports. Now I see where she come up with this public records request or documents or something like that.
Yeah.
And I agree. I should have did a little bit more due diligence when Jeff was making out the reports.
Or
Yes,
any.
I should have.
Yeah.
Now, Jimmy, how long have you been at Buckeye Lake? Your total years of service? How many
33,
34
34.
years, a lot of time. Do you feel in any way that the
Buckeye Lake, is that what this place is called? Buckeye Lake?
I
thought it was called like Bull's Knob or something. Buckeye Lake. Okay, Buckeye Lake. If you live in Buckeye Lake, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this is what you have when you call 911.
village owes you anything?
The Keystone Cops show up, bumble their way into your house, and shoot your floor. Jimmy was married. So, good news, he's available.
As in what?
All the time of service that you've given to the village of Buckeye Lake, do you feel that they owe you anything?
Yeah.
In this matter here, are we talking?
Well,
or anything?
I think it's come to a point to where, you kind of get into this complacent, this is how it's been done, this is what we do.
Boomshicky lives in Bull's Knob. Okay, so Jimmy's in Buckeye Creek and Boomshicky's in Bull's Knob. Got it.
So, you mentioned I take a lot of phone calls, I do a lot of work outside of your actual hours. I do too. I do the Facebook page, I do a lot of other things. I don't necessarily feel like the city owes me anything, but, there may be times where you said, well, okay, I worked 8 hours today, but I did 2 hours outside of work, because you probably did, but you didn't actually log those hours in uniform at the desk or anything.
Right.
I mean, in instances like that, do you feel like it's a wash when things like that happen?
No.
Okay, and you don't feel like the village owes you anything for all the service you've done, and, well, okay, I worked this much, yeah, they had, I gave them an hour over here, it's not a big
Yes, Kit Kat, you could have all of that. Jimmy could be all yours.
deal, I'm basically
No.
getting it back. You don't feel like that
No.
whatsoever? Okay.
I like to get paid for what I work. Like I said, I didn't turn in some hours because I knew I'd work myself out of a job. And that's the way it's always been. I'll give you an example, the reason why. Right before Mary left in November, December, I asked if we could get a window tint meter for $48. No, you don't have the money. Seriously?
Jimmy, your police department runs such a tight budget that you can't get $48 for a window tint meter that's going to generate tickets. And you're estimating hours and paying people that haven't worked there in years? When your budget is so tight, you can't have $48? Jimmy, you've got a problem, buddy. Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
You got a problem, Jimmy. You might be able to buy that window tint meter if you weren't paying that broad that ain't worked in 2 years.
Wow, 48 bucks.
Wait, that's an option?
$48. So that's the way we've always been in that village from day one I started. They don't give us nothing. We buy our own paper. We buy our own uniform. They give us a uniform allowance. But we buy our own boots and we buy our own guns and our belts and stuff that whatever the uniform allowance won't cover.
That reminds me of something though, Jimmy, I gotta ask you before you take off here. You threw away a bunch of property the other day.
Uh-oh. You didn't do that, Jimmy. Please tell me you didn't throw away evidence in the evidence locker.
No.
Jimmy, that's not what was about to be said here. Jimmy didn't do that.
No.
Jimmy didn't do that. Jimmy is a lawman. He did not throw away.
He just threw out some trash that was not needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it was boxes and stuff like that.
Okay. And one of them was one of our uniform shirts.
Yes,
I didn't
yes,
see that.
yeah.
Why'd you throw away our shirt?
It had been in the back of the property room forever.
So some of the stuff you threw away, was that property or just boxes? Because we found some dried up weed and all that stuff too out there. You understand, you gotta get court orders to throw that stuff out, right?
Right, that was just dirt.
Okay.
That was just the dirt.
All right.
That,
I just wanna make sure that.
Wait.
no,
Jimmy.
Was it just dirt? I don't recall patrol uniform outfits,
Jimmy.
uniforms being made of dirt. I could be wrong.
Jimmy's acting like the property room is like a back closet that just gets cluttered and you can throw out. Jimmy, you've been a cop? Jimmy, you've been a cop for 34 years and you don't understand you can't just throw away shit in the property room? Come on.
Wait.
Look, Jimmy has it all over Walker, Texas Ranger. Jimmy lives and breathes the law.
He is the law.
Yeah, Jimmy is the law. Yeah, he probably smoked that weed in the evidence room, but he was throwing shit away in the evidence room like it's just a cluttered up closet.
No, because I know that
Yeah.
procedurally, you guys do a lot of stuff procedurally that makes no sense to us. But I want to make sure that because that will get you in trouble. That'll get you
Yeah.
in trouble, like, really fast.
no, that was just dirt.
Okay, so
We'd
you don't
already
throw away
cut-
anything from
No,
that it was not meant to be in there, or
No.
they just didn't have you don't have a instruction order for anything, all right?
there's a bunch of stuff already boxed up that says, however it says,
To be destroyed, probably.
yeah, destroyed.
Uh-huh.
What we
Did you get rid of that stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
How do you get rid of stuff?
Mark Gardner,
Okay.
and that's what we were waiting for was Mark Gardner.
Perfect. Okay.
But we had 3 totes and we had all this stuff. The only thing we threw away was empty boxes because we would take all this stuff that was in boxes, We had 3 big totes, and we'd write on a yellow piece of paper what it was,
Gotcha.
put it all in there, and then after that tote was full, we put tote number 1, put the legal people in it, and put the lid on it.
Okay.
We did, I think, 2 or 3 of them. The only thing we threw away was empty boxes, the Pataskala shirts, and I think it was it a planter?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, of just dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we'd already cut all the stuff off of that and weighed it,
Gotcha.
and it is actually still in there.
All right. I just don't want to see you get in more
Years,
trouble.
and that's been from, oh my God.
Right. Like I said, Jimmy, I just don't want to see you get in more trouble
Yeah.
because of something like that, because that was just a big red flag.
Oh,
It has nothing to do with, it doesn't really have too much to do with what we're talking about.
Right. No,
When I saw
no,
that, I was
no.
like, oh, you know, I don't want you to.
No, I know
gotta
better
step
than
up for a
that.
second. Excuse me for just 1 second.
Let me.
If you get arrested by this police department, you know, may God be with you, because heaven only knows what's going to happen. Chances are you'll get off, but who even knows?
They
Jimmy's
might
like,
forget that you're in jail.
Jimmy's likely to start harvesting your organs.
Blame it on that fucking Ritter.
And blame it on Steve Ritter. Jimmy's just gonna come into the cell. You're in there sleeping it off after being picked up for drunk in public. You're just gonna wake up to Jimmy just sawing your kidney out. And they don't even have an ice bath.
Look, it's all the mayor's fault.
They don't even have an ice bath.
Like,
They don't even have an ice bath because Sarah, whatever the fuck her name is, won't buy one.
look, 2 mayors ago, they said that was fine, okay?
2 mayors ago, they said harvest organs. So you get picked up in this town, you're losing a kidney, that's all there is to it.
Go back to the agent real quick. That just starts curiosity's sake. It was Vermaeten went in first, then you, and then Ritter. Now, did you guys have any type of police identifiers or anything as the 2 people going in first?
For police.
So he just did a verbal warning
Yes,
going in.
police.
But you guys didn't have any uniform, any throwovers or anything, any type of identifier that said that you were police in case a resident
like you got
encountered
here?
you. Whether it's a badge or, we have the vest that
Yeah.
just say police.
For maintenance, I didn't.
You did not, okay.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you didn't have Ritter go in first? Because he was in uniform, correct? He was working the road that night?
He had the rifle,
Okay,
and he had a flashlight.
okay.
Is why.
If he had the rifle and the flashlight, he should have gone in first, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy, I'm not even a cop, and I can tell you the flashlight probably goes in first into a dark room.
Just a tactics thing. I mean,
Yeah.
if, it has been a defense used in court cases throughout the country if an ununiformed officer with no police identifiers enters first and gets shot and killed, that person has made that defense that I thought it was an intruder.
Right.
So, just a tactics type thing, just
Yeah.
moving forward. And you had a uniformed officer with you, and, just trying to clarify, well, why not just have him go first? Because at least you have your first line of, yeah, he's an officer, he's in uniform, you should know when you see him. So, I was just trying to clarify.
And you make a good point there. I mean, it just went down so damn fast that it was.
Yeah, it seems like it, and I don't fault you, and I don't, sorry.
Jimmy is a very egg-shaped man. I just can't help but notice that.
He is.
Jimmy has definite opinions on chocolate Christmas tree cakes. And knowing Jimmy, he's probably wrong.
He's yeah. But I bet he has ranked them all.
Yeah, I bet somewhere Jimmy has an old MySpace page with like the Little Debbie snack cakes just ranked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't either. I mean, if in the heat of the moment you felt you had a duty to respond and you guys were that close and you were able to, great. Now, did you necessarily go about it the right way? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's a better way. Maybe you could have just held the trailer, called county, whatever, For
Dr.
your safety,
Eggman.
the last thing we want in this county is another officer killed. We do not
I
want
know,
that.
you're right.
He doesn't
You know,
even need
you
this
didn't have
picture.
vests, you didn't have
Load
identifiers, you
himself.
weren't fully completely equipped. Because what if, you know,
Jimmy's like a low-rent Dr. Eggman. Somewhere there's a possum harassing him. Somewhere there's a possum out there that's foiling all his plans.
what if you did it?
And that possum's name is Steve Ritter.
And then can shoot out, and Ritter's gun jams. He doesn't have his sidearm on him. You know, same with any of you. It's just, you know, it's bad tactics. There's other ways to go about it, but there's no right way. I mean, no one says this is exactly how you have to do it.
No
every
written
single
rule.
time. There's not. There's not. And like I said, we don't fault you for that. Exigent circumstances being what they are, you're going off what you know, seems like a pretty legit thing. I mean, hey, I gotta go in there and save some lives. You know, that's what we're built to do. It's just how we are. So I get that. I understand that. You know, so, but if anything, learning a lesson, if anything.
You hear what that other cop said? Jimmy is built to save lives. That is... Jimmy is built... So, everybody making fun of Jimmy right now. Jimmy is built to save lives, okay?
Is he the pad that the fireman put out under a burning building for the people jumping out?
You're mean. You're really mean. What? You are mean. You're hard on poor Jimmy. Jimmy's out here built to save lives, and
I was agreeing.
and he's like when Peter Griffin didn't have any bones.
Yes. I was being nice.
I think Jimmy's shape there. Jimmy's shape right there in that picture is like best described as sploopy. He's eaten a little bit. He's had a little bit too much of Kay's cooking.
Yeah. I've been pounding coffee and water.
Yeah, I can. You know, and we're talking about vests. We've asked for vests for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of the
Jimmy, I don't know that they... like, this isn't even to be mean or funny. Jimmy, I don't know that they make the vests in your size. Like, I'm not even being mean about that. Like, I'm just saying Jimmy's a big boy. I don't know that they make the vests in his size. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, small arms fire is not putting Jimmy down.
I mean, there's still departments in the state that, you know, if you get one donated, you get one donated. If you get a hand-me-down, you get a hand-me-down. If you don't get one, well, you want to go into work, you know, without one, may or may not. So, you know, I understand that. It's definitely an issue throughout the state, throughout the country. It's definitely an issue.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yep.
I got a thing in here. I just want to read this. I spoke with Randy from the street department today. Randy said Terry Small got in trouble. That Terry was caught by Jimmy carrying a battery, and Terry told Randy told Terry to tell him that Randy knew. Jimmy then confronted Randy, and Randy said he didn't know anything about it, but Jimmy did nothing about it. You remember that?
Oh, I caught. Terry was walking across the parking lot,
Yeah.
and I asked him about the battery, and he said Randy. Said he could have it.
Okay.
And it was a battery, an old battery went to the siren. And then when I asked Randy, Randy said that no, he did not tell Small to have it.
Okay.
Okay? Randy didn't want any confrontation between, just wanted Terry Small not to come back. And so did Mark Demick was underneath. He was underneath Mark Demick at that time.
Okay.
So that's why nothing was done, because they didn't want any conflict. Just tell Terry he's not allowed back at the street department.
Right. But if you see this book, Jenny, like I said, this is a...
So, lawman Jimmy saw a dude stealing a battery from a village-owned car.
Right.
You know, one of the ones they'd, you know, like, I don't know, impounded car or something. He saw this dude stealing it, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And guy's like, "Oh man, they said I can have it." Jimmy's like, "Oh, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Just don't come back. Take your battery and leave."
book basically about Jimmy.
That's fine.
All right, I mean, Jimmy called, asked me to come in at 11, said he had a funeral me to go to, took a cruise to the funeral, 3:20 call, said he was going home for the day. At 3:20, so he went home for the day. It's literally day by day for years of you going home, or you not coming in, or you saying you were somewhere that they said that you weren't at. And I'm just saying this is what this guy's saying, over and over and over and over again.
That is Andy Davis.
That's right, it's Andy Davis. But remember, this is Andy Davis, but it's also former employees that I've talked to saying the same things. It's also current employees I'm saying, they're saying the same things. Just honestly, Jimmy, do you think that you're doing a great job over there from, let's say 2015 on? Do you think that you're doing the job that you should be doing?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why do you...
That was said with confidence.
That was.
After all of this, you gotta hand it to Jimmy. After all this, we've been watching this now for an hour and 20 minutes. You gotta hand it to Jimmy. Being confronted with everything he's been confronted with, he still thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You gotta hand it to Jimmy. That's some delusion right there.
It is. It's
Because
impressive.
That's like Lorne level delusion. Like that's the kind of delusion Lorne exists in. Like that's some delusion right there is what that is. Jimmy's got it. Jimmy's got what it takes.
That I'm not in uniform every day of the week doesn't mean that I'm not doing something for that police department. I look for grants for cars. I look for grants for equipment. If you look for grants for generators for the police department in case the electric goes out. When the electric goes out, we're done. Our department's done. Next door has a generator.
You guys can't just tie into it?
They wouldn't tie a cent to it. So I look for grants and stuff like that. Today, I've been reading the new DUI laws and getting up on the new unclassified misdemeanors on your DUSs and stuff like that. Getting ready to print that stuff out.
Well, Jimmy, you know what? Didn't really want to go here with this.
Look, I have been furiously surfing the internet, okay? I deserve to get paid. Sure, I have been looking at a few dirty pictures while I'm doing that, but hey, I'm wearing my t-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, these people are so judgy.
I mean, these people, like, come on, man. Jimmy breathes the law.
Again, it's out of respect for you, but, we had quite a few officers, too, so they went to your house because you were threatening suicide.
What?
3 officers told us that.
Who?
The 3 that were there.
I love that.
3.
What? Me? No, I'm Jimmy. I'm fucking Jimmy, Jack. I don't do that. I couldn't even shoot me if I wanted to. I'm a big man, but I ain't as big as that floor.
You wanted to kill yourself because of the insurance checks. You recall it? You recall that? And the reason I'm telling you this, Jimmy, I don't even care if you answer. This job will stress you the hell out. This job will get to you. This job will take you. They'll just take you to a point where you're like snapped. Jimmy, I'm just telling you because again, it's out of respect for you. That if the job's getting you this bad, maybe you got to think about it for a while and say, is this what I want to do?
No. You know what? The insurance check, and it wasn't an insurance, it was about my insurance on my house that flooded my washroom. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm just freaking sick and tired of life.
Yeah.
And everybody at that point overreacted.
But you do remember that then?
Yeah, but I didn't actually say, I'm going to kill myself and,
Right.
No, I said, I am fucking, my words were, I'm fucking sick and tired of life because every time I turn around, I get fucked.
Well, barely.
Jimmy, everybody knows you couldn't hit a target as small as your head.
You scared enough people that they were
It scared Jeff from Maton as we were scared.
It did. It scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, I know it did.
So,
and he knows there's 3 reasons, well, let me use this hand, 3 reasons that I would never hurt myself. First of all is my son. I love that boy more than anything. Then there's 2 little girls that pisses me off. That pisses me off.
well, it's not meant to piss you off, Jimmy. It's meant to show you that life is valuable.
Jimmy reproduced. There's a little Jimmy running around.
Oh, God. That's a scary thought.
Yep.
Man. And if you're spending most of your life just being pissed off at the world or doing something that's affecting your health, maybe you gotta look at it and just say, I don't want to do all this crap. You know what I mean? Maybe at some point you just say, I gotta make my life easier. And I'm not saying to quit, I'm saying find a way to make your life easier.
You know, it's funny.
Officer, Jimmy's made his life awful goddamn easy. Jimmy sits around all day watching TV and getting paid for it. Jimmy's got a pretty easy go up. He goes ATVing on the clock. Little Jimmy and Booger could be friends. I think little Jimmy and Booger need to have a play date. I think they do. I really do.
These guys want to write all this stuff down. Maybe I should have been keeping a book on Andy Davis. Maybe I should have been keeping a job.
No, you should have been doing, what you should have been doing is being the chief of police and saying, you know what, you're not doing your job right. You know, here's your write-up for this, here's your but to do that, you've got to be a supervisor. To do that, you've got to be an asshole sometimes, and to do that, you've got to be on top of shit.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy is an asshole, but he ain't on top of shit, and he ain't a supervisor. I love that. He's like, maybe I should have been keeping books on these people. No, Jimmy, if they're doing wrong, you fire them.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not quite that easy with cops that you don't just fire. There's, like, procedures because they've got a union and everything.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what you do, Jimmy. You fire them.
And Jimmy, I love you to death, man. I respect you, but you didn't do that.
No.
I think we can all agree on that, right? You didn't do that. So, you know, that's an issue. That's something that, regardless of what you do from here on out, you got to look at this time and say, yeah, you're right. I could have done things a lot differently. I could have done things a lot better, you know. But at the end of the day,
I'll be the first one to tell you I could have done things different. Could have done things a lot better. You're damn right. But you know, when you're that close of an apartment, you know, and I can tell you, let me tell you this, where this stands from. And you can believe me or you can't believe me.
We probably won't believe you, Jimmy.
Wait, go ahead.
Ron Small's Andy's father-in-law. Okay?
oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Andy married Ron's daughter, Rhonda. All right?
Ron's daughter, Rhonda. Okay.
When Ron was retiring, Ron wanted to retire, and then he wanted to come back 3 days a week, and then I worked the rest of the week. I worked with him them 3 days, but I finished it out. He wanted to be the chief of police, he wanted to keep his sick time, and he wanted to keep his vacations 5 weeks a year. Mayor Baker said, no. I don't know what happened between them, but one day I come in the office and Ron said, if I would retire today, who would you put in your place? I said, I'd probably put in Andy. He said, good, because if you had said for Maiden, I wasn't retiring. I'm retiring as of Friday. All right?
So you promoted Andy to sergeant because of that?
No.
Okay.
He said, Andy's your new sergeant. I've already worked it out with Mayor Baker. You're going to start him out at this amount of money. Okay. I didn't know I was going to put him on as sergeant or anything else. I thought maybe he'd just come on full-time as a patrolman, but okay. Ron already worked everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in 2013. 2014, I reached the point where I could retire with Ohio Police and Fire. Okay? I asked the mayor, which was the new mayor, Clay Carroll. I'm to the point where I can retire. It's not going to do me a lot of good to work. Can I retire and can I come back? I said, this is what I'll do. I'll give you my sick time and I'll give you my vacation and I'll start at zero. I said, then you won't have to find someone. You already know I can do the job. He said, let me kick it around. 2 days later, he called me and said, yes, you can. It's all right. Went to the retirement board and I retired. Knowing Ron was going to be madder than hell. Ron's a very vindictive man. Ron's a very greedy man. And nothing in this world matters anything other than money to that man. Okay? So, I said, let me be the one to tell.
What, Derek?
I think I can tell him in an easy way. that will not piss him off. Boy, was I wrong. He called me every name in the book in the Dollar General parking lot. He said this was his favorite words was bullfuck.
I already saw it.
He left and he called one of our
now that is an angle Lorne got. My God, what? He's like looking down at it, like that's an angle right there, man. I don't even know
Stop examining so
like, I don't even know what's going on there.
Stop examining it so closely.
I don't even know what's going on there.
Our council members just tore them a new ass that he was friends with, Barry Heron. And then 2 weeks later, he calls the Mayor Carroll and tells Mayor Carroll that I'm worthless and I do nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Jimmy, you kind of do nothing and you are a bit worthless. Let's just call it what it is, Jimmy. That may not have been the criticism that you think it is.
And I've never done anything. Threw me under the bus. So, this little book that we have here is from his son-in-law because Andy is the same damn way.
Yeah, but Jimmy, you did those things. Like, the things he's got there aren't things you didn't do. You did them.
There ain't nothing in this world that means more to Andy Davis than money. You know? So, this is driven from that. Guys, you can say, oh, this is a bunch of horse shit. You could, oh, he's full of shit. Tell that fat ass to go back to Buckeye. That's the 110% truth, Gary. And I would take a polygraph exam 1,400 times over.
To say what? That this Andy guy's an asshole? Like, I believe that you think that. I don't think there's anything the polygraph is going to tell us that would contradict that. You said that. I think you think he's an asshole. He very well might be an asshole.
Oh, he is an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a prick. Who knows?
And it would come out the same, that I'm telling you the truth. I've told you the truth all day today.
And I appreciate that, Jimmy.
I have nothing to hide. You know, yeah, you bring things up, should have been tightened up. You're right. I appreciate that. I hope you tell Mayor Wells that I don't have any training as being a big supervisor because every time we ask to go to training, we don't get it. It gets denied. They denied $48 rig window tent. You think they're going to give me $320 to go to?
No, I understand that. We've got a deputy chief that'll do the same thing. You know, trying to get things and little tiny things, and he likes to poo-poo on everything like that. But we get it to an extent, believe me.
But, you know, just like the day that he says I was working, I put down I was working, but I was four-wheeling. I didn't do that on purpose. That is 100,000% typo, you know?
Yeah, but Jimmy, it's a typo you got paid for. Don't you see why that's a problem? No, actually, he doesn't see why that's a problem.
No.
But it's a problem, Jimmy. Like, that's not okay just because you say you forgot.
Okay, Jimmy.
I mean, I'm not angry at you guys.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah.
Why would I be angry at you guys? It's nothing.
Right. You
You guys got drugged in the middle and only was supposed to have been an accidental shooting.
Right.
And then I don't know how all this came about.
I gotta go confirm something.
Why do they keep saying accidental shooting? It's a negligent discharge. And at best, you were shooting something you didn't know what it was. So at best, you were shooting something you couldn't identify that could have been somebody's cat. You know, or their you said you were scared by the blinking of the TV. So at best, you were about to shoot something you couldn't identify. But you shot the lady's floor because you banged your hand on the table and you had your booger hook on the bang button and you shot the floor. You know, you're lucky that's all you shot. Why is everyone calling it an accident? It's negligent.
I'm real quick with these guys and outside and make sure that
I know.
we're good to go. Yeah, I think that's why I'm gonna check one because I got one more thing. All right, Jimmy, we're gonna let you go in a minute, man. Hold on a second.
Deputy Sheriff's here to take me to jail, isn't he?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Probably so.
Yeah, he is so lucky that this cannot be used in a criminal proceeding.
Yeah.
It just, again, he put so much money into his luck stat. I'm telling you.
I wasn't made aware if that's the case, so...
I have
right
nothing
now,
to go to jail for.
No, and like we said, this is all under Garrity, so this is a completely different circumstance, you know.
I appreciate that you guys show me some of these things. I really do.
Well, like Gary said, we just want to be upfront and honest, because we're not trying to be shady, we're not trying to be conniving, we're not trying
And I don't think you guys have been.
We're just trying to put everything out there and just be open, and we're trying to be the unbiased party that, I mean, we're on the west side of the...
As a matter of fact, negligent could describe Jimmy's whole career that we're aware of.
Yeah?
He was negligent in supervising his people, keeping track of hours, keeping track of police reports, keeping track of evidence, keeping track of his own time. Like, and he shows up to a lady's house and shoots her floor. Like Jimmy is. It's been 34 great years for Jimmy. I got to tell you that.
County, we're the stepchild as it is. You know, so it's a little bit easier for them to ask somebody who is still within the county, just a different agency.
Yeah, that's
not
okay.
there, so.
That's the same things I had on you. You're good, man. No, there's no tricks, Jimmy. We don't have a deputy waiting for you.
I seen it. I was like, man, am I going to jail?
No. You're not going to jail. All right, this is internal investigation. Nothing that we talk about can be used.
And you know, Gary, I appreciate you more than you think, because you've showed me a few things that I should tighten up, and I need to tighten up.
Yeah.
And you showed me that I put a little bit more faith in people that maybe I shouldn't have. Just because they're friends and we go out and eat dinner and everything,
Yeah.
doesn't mean they're going to do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Absolutely not. You got to separate business from friendship. It just has to
And,
happen.
you know, that's hard because when you all work together,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
you know.
We all work together. We're all very tight, but at the same time, I get my butt kicked in sometimes too when I do something stupid,
And
which I should.
I don't want to lose my job. I have 34 years in. I have a lot left in me to go. I do know there needs to be things to be tightened up, and if I get the chance, they'll be tighter than I'll.
Boom Shicky, this guy does still have a job. This did not end his career. He kept on going. This did not end his career.
Nuns.
I gotcha. I know where you're going with that.
But, you know, I've been 100% honest with you guys because I came in here, like Jeff not wanting to take the CVSA.
Yeah.
That was bullheadedness. That wasn't because I don't believe in them. My attorney says he doesn't believe in them either.
Sure.
It's unproven science.
It's
I don't
unproven. There are things down there that are really good aspects, I think, too. There's
Yeah.
a lot of the pre-interview stuff that are really, really
Now,
good.
did I take a CVSA?
I'm not going to give you one.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you one because I believe you. I
thank
do.
you.
I believe what you're
Thank you.
saying. I'm not doubting. So I don't have to give you one.
You know, I didn't come out here and sit out there and, oh,
Sure.
God, I'm nervous. Because, Gary, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Not a thing to hide from you.
And again, Jimmy, like I said, man, it's a respect thing for me. I respect the time you put in, the job you've done, and everything else like that. So,
He respects the hell out of you, Jimmy. Fist bump.
I just wanted to give you all the information so you're aware of what we've got going on. And I was meticulous. That's why it's taken a long time to get to you, because I wanted to talk to everybody, because I didn't want you to come in here and me only have half the knowledge. Okay.
Right.
I wanted to make sure
I
I give you the
understand
fairest
that.
shape possible. So
That's the way you have to do it.
I hope we can leave as friends here, and no matter what happens,
We're going to leave as friends.
understand that I want to do as fair as possible. Okay.
I mean, you did what you was asked to do,
Right.
and you can't do a half-assed job.
No, I can't, because then I'll get my ass kicked too. Okay.
But you did enlighten me on things that needs to be tightened up.
Yeah.
You enlightened me on, you're right about that identifier. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just when something goes down that fast, you don't think of that.
Yeah. I totally.
I was thinking someone was dying. You know,
But Jimmy, like I said, no tricks pulled there, man. None at all.
Yeah, man, Jimmy keeps the economy going, right? He's doing a good thing here, keeping criminals on the street. I respect the hell out of that.
Also, I think we're done. You ready to go? Then, you're free to go.
am I allowed to have a copy of this when everything's done?
Yeah, you get a copy of everything. Yeah, you get a copy. I don't know about the book. You'll get a copy of at least your interview. I'll give everything to the mayor, and I'm not going to share exactly because we typically do in-house stuff. So I don't know if there's a public records request that has to be made for Buckeye Lake. I'm not really sure how it's going to work.
Because it's kind of funny. I treated Andy Davis, and Andy would sit for hours and talk about business, or he would meet his real estate people. Okay.
You shouldn't have let that shit happen.
Yeah, you're the boss, Jimmy. Tell him to get back to work. Like, you're allowed to do that. Tell him not to be sitting there doing business and real estate and shit.
Exactly.
You shouldn't let that happen.
Exactly.
Can you imagine getting pulled over by a cop and he starts talking to you about a pyramid scheme?
Oh my
Like he
God.
starts trying to get you into his into his downline. He's trying to tell you about selling a Monet or something. Imagine that.
Oh gosh.
You get pulled over by a cop and he says, "Oh, I pulled you over for speeding. You're doing, you're doing 35 and a 25 here. And did you know I can teach you how to make 6 figures in 6 months from your phone?"
You're exactly right.
That's where it backs up to being a supervisor and being the head of the department. You ultimately be responsible, so you got to cut that.
The bad thing is I done exactly what past chief has done. And the reason is the straw that broke the camel's back was this. Got to sit to a 28, okay? Ron's at the office. Ron never shows up. Ron's on the phone getting a load
Bastard.
for his semi from Texas back to Ohio.
Then fire him. You're the boss.
I about to get my ass kicked. If it wasn't for Tommy Lucas coming in, I had tased the guy. No effect. No effect. We were going toe to toe. And I tried to tase him again. My taser broke.
Who the hell can Jimmy go toe to toe with other than like a box of Krispy Kremes? I mean, come on, Jimmy. Nobody believes you were going toe to toe with anybody that you tased until your taser broke.
Yeah.
Come on, Jimmy. You watched that on Cops. Just because you watched it on Cops doesn't mean it actually happened to you, Jimmy.
Waiting for Tommy Lucas coming in and laying down on the guy. The guy was on a set of steps. I knocked him backwards on a set of steps. And Tommy come around the corner and just laid down on the guy. And just laid there. Mm-hmm. Guy knocked the breath out of him. We flipped him over and cuffed him. Ron never left that office because he was getting him a load.
Not a way to do business.
So I went to the mayor and said, "This is it." You know what?
I like that dramatic way he said, "This is it," and he just wiped a tear.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got some theatrical chops, man. Jimmy was a drama kid.
I followed in that man's footsteps, and that sucks.
I agree. Unfortunately.
Yep. And I see that you can't be friends with Jay here.
Fucking Ron dropping loads.
Your delegation work and not checking.
Right. Yeah, everything's got to be checked and rechecked, and sometimes checked 3 times.
But I probably will not get the chance to do that. Because I guarantee you she's going to let me go.
I don't know.
I hope not.
That's on her.
Yeah, that's on her. Yep.
I hope not.
We are the gatherer of the information, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Oh, I know.
I can't even suggest to her anything. I can't suggest to you anything. All I can say is we know that there were some deficiencies that need to be tightened up, no matter what.
She told Jeff from Mayton that you guys recommended immediate termination for him.
We didn't recommend anything.
We didn't do any recommendations.
We said,
I would like to recommend immediate termination for Jeff Vermaeten. It sounds like Jeff Vermaeten needs it. I think Steve Ritter should be the chief of police. Everybody else should be kicked to the curb.
she asked us what we would have done here for that stuff. And I said that would have been insubordination, and that's termination here. If you're insubordinate here, you're terminated, especially during an internal investigation. Mm-hmm. You just can't do it.
It says that right in the Garrity.
Right, even the Garrity writes to your red. Same thing. I mean, you cannot do that. So anything that she does, that's completely on her.
Right.
Whatever her powers are, that's between her, village council,
your solicitor,
guys,
and all that. That's
has
all
absolutely zero to do with me. And anytime she's asked me a question on what should I do about this, I've told her contact the solicitor.
Right.
Because that's the only advice I can really give her. Contact the solicitor. Do it that way, and that's, then you're covered.
Yeah, we don't
I'm not
dabble
giving-
in that game.
Yeah, no,
That's for the attorneys.
yeah,
That's why they
exactly.
send big bucks.
Now, that's a game that, if they want to play that game, that's for them to play, not for us. We're the impartial gatherers of the information, and that's it. Now, I'm doing a report, I'll do a statement up, and that'll be the information that I was told. And that's it. It's not an opinion, it's not,
Right.
my opinion to you, is, I try to give you some advice. I mean, it's not really my opinion, I guess it is. But that's to you, from a police officer to another police officer, a supervisor to another supervisor, that things could definitely be tightened up.
And I see that now. I see that 100%.
Right.
I see that. And I agree with you. And I'll probably start tightening them up tomorrow.
Just do what you gotta do, jump through the hoops and see where you fall. I mean,
Yeah.
I want you to leave here feeling like.
Jimmy's not jumping through any hoops. He might swim really fast and like come up out of the water through the hoop. But Jimmy ain't jumping no hoops, alright?
You had all the information. And you do, you have all the information.
I have everything.
All right, Jimmy,
Buddy, I have no fucking feelings.
I hope not, man.
Love both of you.
I hope
We're all
not.
brothers in blue.
I hope we can,
Same goals.
I bet they feel really honored to be Jimmy's brother in blue.
Yeah.
I bet they feel really honored.
I hope we can have a beer someday and sit back and talk about, the good old days.
We can do that. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 15 years.
How long have you been here?
7.
7. You like it?
Yeah. They treat me well. They know a little bit more. But
Do you like it? Would you like to go work for Jimmy? Alright, so that's it. That's it. Jimmy, Jimmy did it all. Jimmy did it all.
He really did.
Jimmy did it all. It's like everything was like, yeah.
Throwing out uniforms.
Yeah, getting rid of evidence. Shooting people's floors and
Stealing from a suicide.
like losing months worth of incident reports, turning in hours for people that didn't even live there anymore, and yeah, it was great.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah. So that was the Ballad of Jimmy.
That was a thing.
Yeah, so that was the Ballad of Jimmy. I hear that he got a job as a federal probation officer in Maine.
I would not be shocked.
Yeah, right. So, I guess that's all we got for you. Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight. It was good of Paco to finally join us.
Yeah.
She'll tell you how those, stealing from cars, yeah. She'll tell you how those mushy rooms were, later. Because she will eat the mushy rooms.
I will not. I was not late. I was on.
The vote was yes. The vote was overwhelming.
The vote was wrong.
It was overwhelmingly yes.
The vote was wrong.
So you're going to eat mushy rooms.
The vote was wrong.
Yep, so, thanks. We'll see you next one.
Kiss, kiss.